I got something I think y'all might want to hear. It's just something that popped in my head, totally my own thoughts, okay? Nintendo, Nintendo. I just thought of a way, the best way for the Switch to, if not this year, next year, to become the number one, to overthrow Xbox, to stomp Sony in the dirt, for you to steal both of their thunders with 1 to 2 games. All you gotta do. From the way the fucking Switch is set up, the way it's set up, it's a console you can play on TV or on the go. This is how you win. This is exactly what you do. I know it's underpowered. Chill. This is what you do. Remember the Vita? There was one game the Vita had on there that should have sold 15 to 20,000 units with this title alone. It was Black Ops Declassified. And if you know what Black Ops is, then I don't have to tell you. But it was declassified. And it didn't do regular numbers. It didn't do any numbers, to be honest with you. The damn game doesn't sell. It's a Call of Duty game. That's what Declassified is. It's Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified. And the fact of the matter is that it's a Black Ops game. Black Ops is one of the best selling games out of the Call of Duty franchise. And it didn't sell. And it didn't help sell the Vita. And the Vita, like I said, it didn't do anything. Now, why am I talking about that? Because the Switch is a home console and a portable console in one. It's a hybrid. So, why do I bring that up? Well, Nintendo, what you could do is you could take advantage of where the Vita failed with Black Ops, with the classified. If you could get Call of Duty to make one game a risk taker game for the Switch, a risk taker game for the Switch. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just a risk taker. A risk taker, and don't say it won't happen because this has happened plenty of times before with Nintendo. Remember Chinatown Wars? That started on the DS and it blew up and went to the PSP and it went to the PS2. So don't think this can't happen. Also, Resident Evil Revelations, it started on the 3DS and blew up and went to everything, and Capcom now is transferring that game to the PS4 and Xbox One. So don't tell me this can't happen. If they take this to heart, we might see the Switch just dominate the fucking market. If they take this to heart, the Switch could not only dominate the market, but we could see Call of Duty say goodbye to PS4 and hello to Nintendo, okay? All they need is Call of Duty to take one risk game and put it on the Nintendo Switch because of the way that it's made, the way that it's a home console and it's portable, and the fact that you can connect 8 of them bitches together, okay? And you don't even have to be at the house. You can be out in the park, and the way these Call of Duty players are, I could see people getting together with their friends at the park, 8 people with their Switches at the park playing Call of Duty, and you'd have a group of people around watching people play Call of Duty. It doesn't matter how good the actual campaign is, people would just buy the game to play multiplayer, and it's on a Switch. This would make you surpass the amount of Switches you already think you're going to sell. If if you make it happen, I'm telling you, not only would that help, but I've heard other people talk about Overwatch. Make that happen. I'm telling you. Those type of games you need, along with like the Assassin's Creed, because you had shown with Assassin's Creed 3, Black Flag, you can sell Assassin's Creed. I bought Black Flag on the Wii U. Of course, I took it back because I got it for free on the 360. That's the only reason I don't have it on the Wii U now is because they gave it away on the 360. Everything they give away on the 360, I genuinely take back because I buy it and then they give it to me for free and then I just take it back and I have a digital copy. That's the only reason. So, again, if the Switch wants to sell double, if not triple or more units. And I know it's crazy to say that that would be a system seller, but think of how many crazy ass games have come out of Nintendo that were a runaway success. Splatoon is one. But I mean, think of how many games that were just like, shots in the dark that became crazy. Even games that were just, on like a handheld that blew up. And I told you too, so I mean, this is not that absurd to think that this could happen, especially with Call of Duty, a game as well known as Call of Duty or even Overwatch. If that was to happen, Nintendo, if you did that and you made that happen and you made it happen in such a way that the relationship with these developers would become really, a good relationship and become a profitable relationship between you guys and the developers, you would be unstoppable, even with an underpowered, out of touch system. And when I say out of touch, I mean out of competition touch, meaning it's not meant to fight a PS4, it's not meant to fight an Xbox One. So it's not really in touch with those. And I know you're more into being on the competitive side with the Switch being competitive with the Vita. You're not fooling me. I know this was meant to fight the Vita, but the Vita's dead. I'm sorry, you're fighting nobody. You were supposed to fight a Vita and the Vita died. Sony showed no interest in the States with the Vita. I'm sorry, you have no one to compete with here. But if you can do that, get Call of Duty on the Switch, even if it's just a, shot in the dark test model type game, and it's a good test model type game like Resident Evil Revelations or Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars, where they mainly focused on the online play and they put a halfway decent story in that bitch, you will become we're putting Call of Duty here first. This is where Call of Duty's going because everybody's going to buy the Switch. Everybody. I don't care if you like Nintendo or not. Everybody's buying the Switch because of the fact that Call of Duty is here and I can have it on my actual television, or I can take that bitch with me and I can play it with my buddy John down the street, or I could take it with me and I could go play it at fucking my friend Tim's house down the road. You know what I mean? That's how it's gonna be. I'm telling you right now. If you get a successful game that's as known and as popular as Call of Duty or hell even Overwatch, you're gonna fucking make a huge bigger splash than you already have. I'm telling you. And they will have to, graphic wise, but those games are not really that sell crazy because of graphics. People just playing because of the online faction and all that shit. And you'll have to do some shit, Nintendo, with the playing online and talking and shit. You'll have to get that down. Which I think with your online stuff, I think you'll be okay. I've never had any problems playing games with you online, which I did with the Conduit, which, by the way, bring Conduit back, damn it. You skipped the Wii U with the Conduit, and I'm mad about that, but bring it back for the Switch. That would be a runaway success, too, if your online shit, again, doesn't go down like clockwork like it does with Sony and Xbox, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But bring the Conduit back. These things can make the Switch do bigger numbers than you're hoping to do now. I'm telling you, this online thing can be major if you have these games and you are friendly with the developers. You're already in a little bit of hot water because of the YouTube thing. But the best way for you, Nintendo, to see numbers go double or triple what your mind is thinking right now is to get Call of Duty, Overwatch, Conduit 3, all these games that are online based that people would pay money to play online and be happy to have online, especially with the way the Switch is on a TV or on the go. That is your bread and butter. I'm telling you, your bread and butter this generation is those online multiplayers and the fact that they're on the go. That is your bread and butter this generation. And if you don't back that up, you're gonna fail. I'm telling you, you have to make those games your number one priority. They have to be. Because you have yet to give me a Call of Duty 3DS game. You gave me a Ghost Recon game that sucks, but You've yet to give me a Call of Duty 3DS game, which I'm sorry would sell more Nintendo 3DS games, but you've yet to give me one. And you need a Call of Duty game on the Switch, and I'm telling you, it would double, if not triple, Switch sales. Even the most hated Nintendo guy would buy a Switch just because he doesn't have to lug around his PS4, Xbox One anymore. He can take his Switch and go. And he can go, hey guys, let's connect these things the way you. I don't know how you connect them. He'd be like, let's play, let's go. I got it with me now. Let's do it. That's simple. You know what I mean? And it would be done. It'd be a done deal, even if it's that one game he owns. And I know there's a lot of people out there who only buy Call of Duty and that's it, or they buy Call of Duty, Overwatch. What's that other game? Evo or what? I don't know. All they buy is first-person shooters. Believe me, the way this thing is set up and the way you're coming about with the internet now, you really need to focus on these online multiplayer first-person shooters. Because if you don't, this is going to turn into a Wii/Wii U fuckfest. Trust me. Focus on getting at least a handful of those multiplayers and good ones, not just Smash Brothers Online. Well, that's a good one and that's a good first party one. You've really got to get some first person shooters. And I'm looking forward to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but not the mass majority that's as big a number as like the Call of Duty fan base. And I'm not even one of those Call of Duty fans, but this is something I don't think you, Nintendo, should avoid. And you've been avoiding it for a while. You had Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Reflux, Call of Duty Black Ops on the Wii. You had Ghost and Black Ops 2 on the Wii U. You've been kind of iffy about it. This time, get dead serious about it. Get it on the Switch. I'm telling you, if you do it the way that they tried to do it with the Vita, but you're successful about it, you will see the numbers and you will get a huge return for it. A huge return. Hell, if you can manage to get Destiny 2, I'm telling you, the numbers will not only triple, but they will go above and beyond. I'm telling you, those are the things you need. You need to get those type of games on the Switch. I know I hear y'all talking right now. It can never happen, can never happen. Stranger things have happened with Nintendo products. But if it happens, I know the reason you're saying it can't. Because you fear for what will happen with PlayStation 4 and the Xbox. But stranger things have happened with Nintendo products. And the developers are more inclined to let that happen by the way that Nintendo has their product. They're more inclined to let Nintendo have it if Nintendo is willing to work with them. And please, Nintendo, let the developer work with you. Please. You need this. I'm telling you, for gaming. You need this for gaming as the industry. Okay? We know it's going mobile. We know it. You have it now in your hands. You have in your hand right now. It's going towards mobile right now. If you let the developers work with you in the way they need to, you can take that sharp turn right now into a mobile market. But if you don't take it, we're going to be stuck to a television. I'm telling you. So let them work with you the way they need to. Get that gaming the way it needs to go. Become a hard investor in the right online multiplayers. Get those games out there, especially the shooter multiplayers that everybody is so fucking keen on buying every single year. I'm telling you right now, you will see bigger numbers than the predictions you have, and you will probably sell either exactly the amount Sony has right now within the first 2 years, or you will see more sales than Sony in the first 2 years. If you get those games on the Switch, I'm telling you, it can happen. And you can sit there and be like, no, 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 that'll never happen. I'm telling you, if you can get those games, it will happen. Because people already want the Switch. They already want it. They They have a want to play Zelda, and they have a want to play Skyrim, even if it is the one from the 360. There's a want for this shit. So if you get those other type of games like that, and they know paying for online with the Nintendo thing is coming, so if you manage to get everything right and steady and going properly with the right type of games, then there's gonna be even more of a want and more of a I gotta have more Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? Do this and do it the right way. I'm telling you, you'll see a huge return on this. A huge return. People won't be playing it on the big screen anymore. They'll be playing it on the go, and you'll see a major difference in the way everyone's playing games. You'll have people who still have a PS4 and Xbox One. I'm not saying that won't change. I'm saying that people will probably slow down on the PS4 and the Xbox One because they'll be like, well, I could buy it on the Xbox One for the graphics, but if I buy it on the Switch, I can take that bitch with me, which is a lot more. That sounds a lot more better than I'm stuck to a television with a box. I mean, a lot of people like that, but not everybody can sit at home all damn day and play on a television. We all have a life. We all like to go places. We all like to go hang out with friends. And that's the convenience that you, Nintendo, have in your pocket right now. If you can manage to get those games and you can manage to get them and not get them going in anywhere but a good direction and have a good relationship. And I know I kind of fucked that statement up, but if you can get that going in a great direction, I'm telling you, get a good relationship with those people and manage to have those pushed out on the market, including all your games included, I'm telling you, people will still buy the Switch no matter how bad the graphics are. The graphics are not everything, and people are starting to remember that. Why do you think so many people are playing retros right now? People are playing PS2, people are playing PlayStation 1, Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo games. They're not as worried about graphics as they say they are. Because if they were, trust me, they wouldn't be playing Super Nintendos. People are still playing Super Nintendos in 2016. How people are playing regular Nintendos in 2016. Okay? A lot of these indie titles look like Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis games. You're still in the 8-bit, 16-bit era, even if it's on a PC, on a, not PC, but PS4, even Xbox One with these indie titles. So telling me graphics mean a shit ton to you, you're kind of lying. You're kind of lying at this point. So get those games. If you get them on the Switch, I'm telling you, you'll see a huge return. You'll see a huge upsell in the Switch and a lot of happy customers, a lot of happy Nintendo customers, and a lot of satisfied returns, and a lot of happy employees that work for you, Nintendo. I don't work for you, but I've been a loyal Nintendo customer for since the regular Nintendo. So I've been down with you for a long time. I'm 32 now. I almost said 33. I'm 32 now, and I've been playing Nintendo since I was shit. When did my dad bought a Nintendo and then he gave it to me? So I can't even remember when he gave me a Nintendo, but he had one. Me and my brother would go over to his house and we would play on his Nintendo. Then he gave it to me, and we had speed runs before speed runs were even a thing. Okay, and I mean it's been a long time. So trust me, I've already got my Nintendo Switch. It was the first ever launch system I could ever buy. I am happy with this thing, and this was just something I thought of, and I think a lot of people would be on the same exact. I think a lot of people would agree with me on this one. If you get those games, you'll be doing probably pretty damn well. This will be the most successful generation you had in a long time. Not for just gimmicks, but gaming as well. So I want to see you have a really successful generation. Not for gimmicks, but for all around. So make it happen, Nintendo. Make it happen. Because You might have the God system with the Super Nintendo. That might be the system to define everything, but you need another one. You need another system that defines everything of how we started and now where we've gone. Let's see it happen. Peace.